Not even 121 dead bodies is enough for the system to act against a godman. A coward who fled in a VIP convoy right after the horrifying stampede at his satsang in Hathras, Uttar Pradesh. VIP protection and long ropes for influential figures is nothing new in this country, viewer. You and I both know that. Nobody is really surprised by how it's been over 3 days since the stampede deaths, and there hasn't been one single sight of this so-called godman. But today I'm going to go where nobody else is willing to go on this story. I'm going to tell you why this Baba's disappearance goes beyond just the usual long rope, beyond just the usual bread and butter VIP protection. The truth of this VIP shield for Bhole Baba is in this godman's identity. He happens to be a Dalit. And given the deep political compulsions over the scheduled caste community, especially in the wake of the election results in Uttar Pradesh, this godman's caste identity appears to be working like a cloak of invincibility, of immunity, in addition to the fact that he commands such a large crowd of followers. Think about that for a moment, will you? The Yogi government has refused to even name this godman in an FIR. Forget about acting against him. There are no police teams searching for or hunting for this man. Why would they when Bhole Baba isn't even in the FIR? Akhilesh Yadav, who only a few months ago attended a similar satsang of this very same godman and praised him to the high heavens in public, is being conspicuously soft on Bhole Baba, not just because of his caste identity, but also because his area of operations is in Mainpuri, a bastion of the Samajwadi Party. Even Rahul Gandhi has been shamefully silent on this particular godman. When he visited the victims of the Hathras tragedy today, Rahul didn't have one word to say about Bhole Baba. And why would anyone be surprised? Given how the Dalit community voted in Uttar Pradesh in the 2024 election, Rahul is the last person who wants to rock the boat. In other words, even 121 human corpses is not enough to overwhelm electoral politics and pressures of identity vote banks. With India constantly in election mode and the next election in UP only a few years away, the very act of going after a godman who happens to be a Dalit is like political suicide. Not even the bodies of 121 people, most of them children and women, is enough to become a bigger priority. Now, some of you may be thinking, Shiv Aroor is being unreasonable. He's being emotional because this is an emotive story. Well, I ask you, viewer, in any such case of a satsang stampede, religious crowd stampede, doesn't it stand to reason that the police would at least question the godman? If not by summoning him to a police station, at least by going to wherever he is, at least knowing where he is? Each hour that this Bhole Baba, so-called Bhole Baba, spends off the books and in a place of his choosing is a reminder that 121 dead is not enough currency to tip the scales of legal action. I don't know what will. Maybe the going price is 150 bodies, or maybe 200, or maybe 350, or maybe 500. I don't know what that minimum critical mass of human bodies is that will force the system to disregard details of identity and political pressures and act according to the law of the land. For too long, we've been a country that runs on sentiment and the shadow of political and caste identity or religious identity. Bhole Baba may be a Dalit, but that doesn't matter. His identity cannot be a consideration when it comes to the enforcement of law. A message needs to be sent out that nobody is above the law.
Bhole Baba, the man at whose satsang 120 people died in Hathras, UP, has been on the run for 4 days now. Surajpal A.K. Narayan Sakar Hari hasn't been booked. He hasn't been named as an accused in an FIR. initial SIT investigation report on the stampede has been submitted, and the police say that Bhole Baba will be questioned if required during the course of the investigation. But the big question is, where is Bhole Baba? In the last few days, a team of Special Operations Group has visited his ashram in Mainpuri. Those present inside the ashram have been questioned, but there is no word on the Baba or his whereabouts. This ashram in Bichwa, Mainpuri, built on 21 bighas of land on the Aligarh GT road, is said to be worth crores. The ashram has a luxurious mansion for the Baba and the garage to keep all his luxury cars. Apart from Mainpuri, Surajpal or Bhole Baba also has ashrams in Kashganj, Agra, Kanpur, Shahjahanpur and Gwalior as well. India Today visited the Baba's ashram in Kanpur.
Right behind me is the singhasan of the Baba and the Devi Ma, which you can clearly see how beautifully it has been decorated, just like it's a singhasan, the throne of any Rajput ruler or a Mughal ruler. And you can clearly see the Baba sitting there. Alongside is his wife, which they call the Devi Ma. Not just that singhasan, that throne, but also you can clearly see that some signals quite here, and these chulas are also placed here. So these are the things which in a way makes it a different ashram.
This self-styled Godman is said to be worth 100 crore rupees. He has different trusts in cities where he has ashrams. Dressed in white suits and shoes and colourful ties, he teaches humanism while flaunting expensive watches and flashy sunglasses.
मैया हाँ सब संसार कह रहा हुआ है कि प्रभु तो सत्य को साथ करके समाप्त करके चलेगा ही, जो मेरे पीछे हंसता भाव है। अब जब प्रभु को का दोष हुए, अब दोष लगाता रहा, लेकिन प्रभु को दोष तो कचना।
This is the only visual proof of the Godman's last known location. He was seen fleeing in a massive convoy guarded by his security men. According to sources, the Sevadars also abandoned the Stampede site as the crowd became uncontrollable. They allegedly misbehaved with the police and demanded no photos or videos to be taken. So far, only 6 people have been arrested. What about this man? Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's go straight across to Mainpuri, which is the bastion of Bhole Baba, Narayan Sakar Hari, the self-appointed Godman whose satsang saw this terrible stampede in which 121 people were killed. He is not named in the FIR. He is allowed to operate freely wherever he wants to. He has not even been questioned by the police despite being the man whose satsang it was. I want to go across to India Today's Santosh Sharma live with us from Mainpuri. Santosh, is any action being contemplated against Bhole Baba at all? He has not been named in the FIR. He has not been summoned for any questioning by the UP police. Is there any action going to be taken against him?
Shiv, not we or the general people is asking why the government and the UP police is not taking the action against the person who was said to be responsible for those 123 lives, those who have lost their beloved ones in this Baba's satsang. But this is very unfortunate that UP police is giving him security. I am standing in front of that ashram and you can see the visuals, and the UP police security van is there and police personnel are there, and round the clock UP police secures this ashram, not only on the main gate, even on all the gates of the ashram. There are 4 gates. Round the clock UP police and especially the Mainpuri police, 3 police station forces is deployed to secure this ashram. So why we can say that UP police is hunting him? UP police is giving him security. That is the reason no one is going to question this Baba, how this satsang was done without any proper management, proper any arrangement for 2.5 lakh people gathered in his satsang, and 123 persons lost their lives. Now, many families will never forget this satsang. they says that this is unfortunate for this country, that the person who was responsible, who calls this satsang, and when he goes back, there was a stampede and 123% lost. And who is responsible? Only the sevadars. We can say the small workers, who is the committee, the organizing committee. And the officer says, not on official version, but on the phonic conversation, they says how Baba is responsible. The organizing committee has organized
Santosh, you have shown us a truly amazing image. I want you to point your camera once again at that vehicle that is sitting outside the gate of the ashram where Bhole Baba is sitting. Let's just open up Santosh's camera and show that vehicle that is sitting outside the ashram of Bhole Baba, far from actually questioning him, far from taking any action against him. It appears that the UP police is providing protection to Bhole Baba's ashram. This is incredible. This is an image you're seeing only here on India Today. Forget about manhunt, forget about being questioned. The police is securing Bhole Baba, whose satsang killed 121 devotees, unauthorized satsang, illegal violations at every possible level, but he has the kind of VIP protection that I have been talking about. And here is the visual evidence of what is taking place. Live images from Mainpuri in Uttar Pradesh, where India Today's Santosh Sharma is the only reporter bringing you this damning image of collusion and complicity between the system and a man whose satsang has seen blood spillage of a truly, truly devastating level. Santosh, we will keep coming back to you. Thank you for nailing this picture that tells the story better than any words that I can possibly use. Santosh, stay safe. We will come back to you on this story. We've got more breaking news coming in now on what the latest is in this investigation. A public interest litigation has now been filed in the Supreme Court over the Hathras Stampede tragedy. The plea requests an investigation by a 5-member expert committee under the supervision of a retired judge of the Supreme Court. So a court-monitored special investigation has been requested as part of a public interest litigation. It's also requested that legal action be ordered against people and officials responsible for this particular incident. An appeal has been made to make guidelines for the organizing of such functions. So a first public interest litigation has just been filed. Kanu Sharda is with us live from Delhi. Kanu, who has put forward this public interest litigation? It's the first in this particular case after 121 people have died.
Well, Shiv, this public interest litigation was filed by a British Singh who seems to be a practicing advocate in the Supreme Court. And he has contended before the top court that, that guidelines need to be in place because these kind of religious programs happen quite often. And he has, given in detail about how in the past also certain incidents like these, like Kumbh Mela tragedy and various tragedies ranging from 1983 till today, how the things have changed, things have remained same as far as the guidelines are concerned. So guidelines need to be in place, and that is why we have sought a Supreme Court monitored committee to probe all the allegations and to understand so that, until and unless these guidelines are in place, these kind of violations and the people who have died, 121 people who have died in Hathras, will continue to go on. So we are expecting the top court to hear this matter next week when the Supreme Court reopens from the summer vacation. And the Supreme Court will definitely take cognizance of this matter because so many people have died, and he has, in his petition, has cited all these incidents which have happened in the past as well. So some hope from the Supreme Court on this case now.
I'm going to show our viewers in just a few minutes data to suggest that no action has been taken in any of the past Stampede cases involving religious crowds. So don't have your hopes up about this public interest litigation, viewer. Kanu, thanks very much for getting us that very important piece of breaking news. Now, Suraj Pal is his real name. Narayan Sakar Hari is how some people know him, but most of his thousands of devotees know him as Bhole Baba, a spiritual, so-called spiritual leader with a past that is infested with legal battles and run-ins with the law. This guy in the sunglasses who is now, well, we can't really say on the run because nobody's actually hunting him. You just saw the pictures of that police gypsy outside his ashram. The system appears to be colluding to give this man a long rope. He was arrested 24 years ago in 2000 on charges related to miracle claims. He was seen as a quack. He and his followers faced the law scrutiny, but that's not all. His alleged ties to a notorious paper leak scandal have also surfaced, surprise, surprise, raising questions about his influence and his connections. Well, does anyone really need to comment on his connections, given that with 120 people dead, he still gets to do exactly what he wants to do? Take a look.
Suraj Pal, Narayan Sakar Hari, or Bhole Baba to his followers, has a history of legal troubles. He was arrested in the year 2000 from Agra along with 6 others. Suraj Pal was charged under the Drugs and Magic Remedies Act for claiming to revive a dead girl who was suffering from cancer. According to the FIR, his followers created a ruckus at the cremation ground and claimed that Baba would cure the child. However, Baba and 6 of his followers were acquitted due to lack of evidence. Suraj Pal's alleged links with the paper leak kingpin have also been unearthed. He used to hold satsang twice or thrice yearly at the house of the kingpin of the junior engineer paper leak case in Rajasthan's Dausa. Rajasthan paper leak case accused Harshvardhan Patwari and his family were ardent disciples of the Bhole Baba. Patwari was arrested by the Rajasthan police in Feb this year.
This house, as per information, belongs to one Harshvardhan Patwari, who is considered to be the main accused in the JEN paper leak case. You can see the tents that are there. These are the tents below which the disciples of Narayan Sakar Hari used to gather to take part in the satsang programs that were being conducted at this premises. Harshvardhan Patwari का क्या उनसे कोई पुराना कनेक्शन था?
हाँ, लगभग ऐसा ही बताया जाता है यहाँ, जैसे कि उनकी जो घर वाले थे वो बताते थे जब से हमने बाबा से संपर्क किया है तब से हमारी जिंदगी बदल गई है। यहाँ कईयों की भ्रांतियाँ हैं कि भाई
हर्षवर्धन के परिवार के लोग उनके अनुयायी, उनके भक्त थे।
हाँ जी बिल्कुल। और कईयों की ये भी है कि अलमारी में एक दिन पहले हमने 1 लाख रुपए रखे, पैसे नहीं थे बात देने के लिए, फिर 6 लाख हो गए। दूसरे दिन फिर हम बात देखे आए 11 लाख का। तो ये भी था कि भाई बाबा ने पैसे रात में कर दिए जादू से। तो यहाँ इस तरह की भ्रांतियाँ फैलाई हुई थी।
Despite multiple cases filed against him in various jurisdictions in Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, Suraj Pal continues to command a considerable following, drawn to his promises of spiritual enlightenment and blessings.
सत्संग में जाने वाली आत्माएं उन्होंने गलती की, अब बाबा जी ने तो कोई गलती की नहीं। चरण छूने के लिए भागे प्रभु चरण छुआते हैं।
परमात्मा जिम्मेदार नहीं है, वहाँ की प्रशासन तो दिखी नहीं है। दूसरी बात, वहाँ के हमने मोबाइल के माध्यम से देखा, एक बहन बता रहे थे 2 व्यक्ति अध्यक्ष लोबर पहनते हुए थे, नए लड़के थे हट्टे कट्टे, उन्होंने धक्का दिया है, तो उसी में सब लोग बहने भाग गिर पड़े हैं।
An example of his clout was the satsang in Hathras, attended by over 250,000 people. Over 120 people were killed after the stampede at the event venue. With Samarth Srivastav, Arvind Ojha and Devankur. Bureau Report, India Today.
And as promised, let me just show you a very, very depressing statistics. Remember, what happened in Hathras was by no means the first time that many people have died in a religious congregation or crowd. But here's proof that even in past stampedes, there's been no justice. In 2010, the famous Pratapgarh stampede, 63 people died at the Ram Janaki temple. A high-level probe was ordered. The probe revealed that organizers of the temple trust were to blame, but there was not one single step of action against the temple trust. No one went to jail. No action was taken. 2013, the famous Kumbh Mela stampede. 40 people were killed at the Prayagraj railway station. A probe was ordered. It was a judicial inquiry. It revealed incomplete construction, lack of preparation, no update on action, no details of any panel findings. More recently, 2016, the famous Varanasi stampede. 25 people killed on a bridge in Kashi. Probe ordered, judicial inquiry revealed that the main accused was being shielded in Uttar Pradesh by the state government. Status, panel recommendations were implemented in 2019 by the Yogi government, but nobody was actually sent to prison. The Hathras stampede claimed 121 lives. That number might actually grow up because there are still people with grievous injuries in hospital. All of these families are shattered, but politics speaks over the tragedy. The fact is, the Yogi government isn't going after Bhole Baba. Akhilesh Yadav is going soft on him. And Rahul Gandhi didn't have one word to say about Bhole Baba after visiting the victims today. There appears to be a 360-degree political collusion and a VIP shield to protect him, even as the tutu meh meh and blame game continues. Take a look.
Chaos and despair at the satsang in Hathras on July 2nd, when a sudden stampede turned a peaceful gathering into a disaster. The stampede broke out when devotees rushed to get Narayan Sakar Hari, Bhole Baba's charan ki dhool, or the sand from the path he walked down. The aftermath of the tragedy has seen grieving families recount their harrowing experiences.
भगदड़ में सामने भाई मैं बता रहा हूँ, जैसे उस समापन के बाद में जब उनकी गाड़ी जाती नहीं है तो एकदम जनता उनके बाहर को ले करती है मेन गेट पे। वहाँ कोई बैरिकेड नहीं था, बिल्कुल मेन गेट पर छोड़ दिया था। जहाँ बैरिकेड जैसे होते हैं पुलिस के सरकारी बैरिकेड बने होते ना लोहे के, वो कोई चीज नहीं थी वहाँ। और जैसे उनकी गाड़ी गई ना तो सेवादार भी उनके पीछे भागने लगे उनके निकालने के लिए।
Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi met grieving families in Hathras and Aligarh and heard their ordeal.
Rahul Gandhi meeting the second family in Aligarh's Pilkhana. First, he went to meet Manju Devi, 35-year-old women from the Dalit community who has also lost his 6-year-old son in the stampede in Sikandra Rao. And after that, Rahul Gandhi came to meet the family of Shanti Devi and Premvati in this house.
The Congress MP blamed the Yogi Adityanath government for the mishap.
मैं इसको राजनीतिक प्रिज्म से नहीं कहना चाहता हूँ, मगर प्रशासन की कमी तो है जी और गलतियाँ तो हुई हैं, तो ये पता लगाना चाहिए। मैं यूपी के चीफ मिनिस्टर से विनती करता हूँ कि दिल खोल के कॉम्पनसेशन करें।
हम लोग सुबह 5 बजे निकले थे राहुल जी के साथ, जो पीड़ितों से मिले हैं उनकी मतलब कथा सुन के रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं। ना तो प्रशासन की कोई जिम्मेदारी फिक्स की गई है और ना सरकार की तरफ से कोई सीरियसली अभी तक लिया गया है।
What is conspicuous is the silence of political parties on the Godman, whose real name is Suraj Pal. Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav lost his cool when a journalist asked questions about the Baba. The former CM had attended a satsang by the Baba recently.
आप बीजेपी के लिए काम मत करो, बहुत कर लिया आपने काम। आप बीजेपी के लिए काम मत करो, मेरा निवेदन है आप पत्रकार साथियों से।
UP Minister Baby Rani Maurya defended the Baba, stating that the stampede occurred after he had already left the ashram.
जब एक अध्यक्षता एक रिटायर्ड जज की अध्यक्षता में कमेटी गठित हो रही है, उसमें तथ्य निकल के आने दीजिए, उसमें ही पता चलेगा बाबा का दोष है कि नहीं है। कहा तो यही जा रहा है कि उनकी रज लेने भागे, वो निकल गए थे, हादसा तो बाद में हुआ है ना, अब देखो पता चले।
The Baba has not been named in the FIR so far. The kid glove treatment is not surprising as Surajpal is from the Jatav community, the same caste as Mayawati. With the BSP leaders' decline, all political parties have their eyes on the vote bank, which explains why leaders across party lines are shying away from taking on the Baba over the Stampede.
Today, Rahul Gandhi met the victim's family but refrained from commenting on Baba. It looks like that standing alongside with the victim is indeed a priority, but talking about the man who is indeed the big reason behind the incidents is still something which the political parties are refraining themselves. In Lucknow with cameraman Sandeep Abhishek Mishra for India Today.